everybody, it's Lord Tremendous here again. Got another battle report here for you. 2,500 point battle. Another new list. That's right. I have made another one. I have found an opponent and I have played him. And the pictures that you're about to see let you know exactly what happened in all the glory and shame. But yeah, it's another new list, not the Alamo GT list, and not the list from Battle Report 51. So sit back, relax, and get ready to see Lord Tremendous of the Warriors of Chaos, that's me, versus Dreadlord Korgoth of the Dark Elves. And while this is one of my regular opponents, and he's a very good Dark Elf player, I don't have his exact list, so, but yeah, it is Dreadlord Korgoth. It's a guy you've seen in previous battle reports, and get ready to watch and see what happens. This is the list that I typed up for this game. I have my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous. He's my old kit because I just liked it, and I couldn't think of anything better. So he's still Mark Zinch, level 4 Wizard, Chaos Armor with Wings, Charm Shield, Dragon Bane Gem, Other Trickster Shard, Demon Blade, Soul Feeder, Scale Skin, and Laura Metal. My heroes are, of course, my Exalted Hero, Tardum, the Herald of Zinch. He's Mark Zinch. He's my BSB. He's on a demonic mount that's barded. He's got a great weapon with a shield. I've added a shield because having the Potion of Foolhardiness was useless. He's still got Poisonous Slime and Third Eye Zinch because it's a great kit for my great BSB. And I have a second Exalted Hero. That's right, I'm going one caster this time. And this Exalted Hero is known as Jeth the Appraiser. And he's Mark Zinch with the Sword of Change, Enchanted Shield, the Chalice of Chaos, and Hideous Visage. And I went with this because I like the Sword of Change. I love getting free spawn, I really do. I like the Chalice of Chaos a lot because I have a 1 in 6 chance of becoming a Demon Prince or a Spawn. Either way, I'm morphing. And Hideous Visage just forces my opponents to roll dice. And the off chance he fails, now he's weapon skill 1, and that could win the game. My core choices are a unit of 23 by Chaos Warriors with Mark Zinch, full command, hand weapon shield, and a Banner of Eternal Flame. I have the Chaos Dog still, but they're completely naked this time. And I have my 2 chariots, Mark Zinch and 1 Mark Slaanesh. Of course, the Slaanesh one is Orcish Elegance. My special choices, I have a War Shrine, Mark Zinch in the list. And the idea behind that is I have a couple of unit champions. I have 3 characters, or 2 characters that could possibly benefit from it. So I decided why not? Give it a shot. Yeah, you know, I like rolling the Eye of God. Sometimes it's cool. And you don't see a War Shrine all that often. I'd like to try to make it work. I also have the 5 Hellstriders, the Pleasure Riders, Banner Musicians, Spears, and Shields. Some things aren't coming out of the list, guys. Just gonna have to make a peace with that. And I have a new rare choice. I'm using 3 Skull Crushers with full command, ensorcelled weapons, and the Gleaming Banner. And of course, the keystone of my army, the Mutalith Vortex. Got to love the beast. Over here, this is my opponent's list. I forgot to get a picture of it, and I usually delete the files once I put it up on YouTube because they're really big. But yeah, this is all from memory. So if I'm off on it a little bit, well, you'll never know. So there. But yeah, this is he had a Dreadlord as his general, who was on a cold one, Sea Dragon Cloak, Ring of Hotek, Dawnstone, Great Weapon. I think that's right. He had his Supreme Sorceress, Bitch Puddin'. And that is an old joke between us, and I'll let you in on it because you're my watchers and I respect you. But Bitch Puddin' is the name of a character from Robot Chicken. My opponent really likes that show. Hell, I really like that show. And basically, she's just that. You'd have to watch go on YouTube. I'm sure it's on there somewhere. Just look up Bitch Puddin' on YouTube on the Robot Chicken and watch a couple of clips. I'm pretty sure you'll understand at that point. She's very dark elf, but she's a level 4 wizard on a dark steed with the Talisman of Preservation, the Ring of Cain, and the Lore of Dark Magic. His hero choices were a Master, Psycho Elf. It's just what I call the kit. It's not actually what he calls it. He doesn't actually have any name for it as far as I know. But he's on a Dark Pegasus, Heavy Armor, Sea Dragon Cloak, Shield, Lance, and a Twilight Cloak. Very good kit. He's also got another Master who's his BSB, Armor of Destiny, Sea Dragon Cloak, Great Weapon. His core choices are a unit of 20 Witch Elves with Banner Musician and the Razor Standard, 20 Dark Shards with Banner Musician and a Banner of Eternal Flame, 5 Dark Riders with Musicians and Bows, His special choices consist of 9 cold one knights with full command, 20 executioners with a full command, and 3 bolt throwers. His rare choices, of course, are 5 warlocks. And now that the kit has been released, the models have been released, I don't know why we haven't seen more of them, to be honest. Warlocks are a phenomenal unit. If I ever had a brain aneurysm and forgot about my racism towards elves and I played them, I would have 2 units of 10 warlocks in every game, because number one, I think the models are fantastic. Number two, what they can do is fantastic. They are fast cav at strength 4 with 2 attacks and a 4-up ward save against anything that's not Slanesh. That's hot. But that's not even the top part. They are a level 2 wizard with the 2 signature dark magic spells, which are badass. So for 125 points, you are getting a 4-up ward save on a fast cav unit with a 4. It's amazing what that unit can do, and it's dirt cheap. I think GW wants to sell models so bad that they are literally breaking GW to do it. I would take warlocks every chance I get. Here are my spells, just 4 from the lower metal, because I've only got the 1 caster. And here are his spells. They're all from dark magic, some for his sorcerers, some for his, warlocks. Here's deployment. As you can see, I just kind of went up against him. I know he's got bolt throwers. Not too bad. Not the 4 he could have, but, he's still got a healthy amount of shooting, and elves need it, let's face it. And he also doesn't deploy 12 inches in. He makes you come to him. It's smart. So if you're watching Dark Elf players, try not to deploy on the 12-inch line if you're not overly combatty, It's smart. You get an extra round of shooting. But yeah, the Skull Crushers are all the way over to the right, with the dogs kind of just run interference. I'm hoping to redirect the cold ones. My BSB is behind them just because. The Mutalith and the War Shrine are behind that little thing so I can get a cover save. The Chariots and the Warriors and the Demon Prince are making up my center, and their job is to just get into combat as fast as they can. Meanwhile, everything else on the left flank is just to get up there, trying to get around the Dark Riders in order to kill everything behind there. Here's my opponent's right flank. These are his unit of Dark Riders, as you can see. Here is his center. On our left, there's his unit of, Executioners with the BSB. Right next to them is a unit of 20 Witch Elves, and they're just angry. They're just so angry. Next to them is his 20 by unit of Dark Shards. Behind them is Psycho Elf with the 3 Bolt Throwers. He's obviously not joined the Bolt Throwers. He's just out there hanging out with them. And right there in the middle there with his Sorceress is his, the Hellstrider unit right there is actually his Warlocks. And that's a cool conversion idea too. Take the Warlocks off the Dark Seeds and put them on Hellstriders. It's expensive, I know, but how cool would that look? Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Shut up. And is my opponent's left flank, which consists of his Cold One Knights with his Dreadlord attached. So, yeah. Here's my right flank. There's my Skull Crushers, my Dogs, my BSB, my War Shrine. Here's my center. There's my Tzeentch Chariot, my Warriors, my Orcish Elegance Chariot, and my Demon Prince, Tremendous! And there's my left flank, which is my Hellstriders. Here is top of 1 after movement, and as you can see, I didn't get to go first. I never get to go first. Everybody goes first but me. And he moved up quite a bit, actually. His Warlocks moved up more than anything because they need to cast at me. Other than that, everything else just kind of moved up cautiously to get ready to put me on the back foot. During his magic phase, he gets off Doombolt on my Demon Prince. I'm thinking, yeah, what's the big deal? Bring it on. And I immediately take 2 wounds. So it's going to be like that, is it? Oh, and the Charm Shield doesn't do anything. Just for the record. I roll a 1, so yay. The Skull Crushers take a bolt to the face, but thank God they only take 1 wound. However, the Hellstriders are not quite as lucky. They take a bunch of shooting, and 3 of them die. Meanwhile, another bolt thrower gets a bead on my Tzeentch Chariot, and yeah, never a good thing. Never, ever a good thing. So we go to bottom of 1 after movement, and there has been some. The Dogs run up, the BSB runs up, the Skull Crushers run up. Everything just kind of surges forward because I'm just not in the mood to get shot off the table. No charges because he just didn't get close enough. Well, no, I take that back. My Demon Prince, it was stupid. I should have charged with the Chariot. But my Demon Prince charged the Warlocks, who obviously ran. Being fast cav, it's not a big deal. Runs through the Witches and the Archers. They all passed their panic checks. I should have charged with the Chariot and moved the Demon Prince up, but I didn't. I was stupid, and I'm going to pay for it. Meanwhile, the Hellstriders move up in such a way that either you're going to kill me or I'm going to get a charge on your Dark Riders or something. There's a better picture of the Warlocks with the Sorcerers fleeing from a charge. During the magic phase, the Beast is able to make the Archers stupid for life, as well as killing 5 of them, so that was kind of nice. And during the magic phase, I get final transmutation off on his executioners, and I'm able to kill 6 of them. So, not as good as I usually do with it, but you know what? I'll take it at this point. And the stupidity bubble, granted it's around his BSB, I'll still take it. You know, you never know. However, the ensuing miscast was an 8 and leaves me pretty much dead because I take the wound. I'm not able to do anything about it. So here's top of 2 after movement, and his Warlocks easily rally. Meanwhile, everything else just kind of turns around and giggles because he doesn't have to do anything to me yet. He's got magic and shooting for days. Speaking of magic, yeah, he's able to big Doom Bolt through on my Demon Prince and get the final wound through, and he dies. So awesome. It is sad. It is sad. It's okay to cry. I sometimes get teared up when that music comes on. He did charge. I make an apology. He did charge with Psycho Elf into my Mutalith, and since we couldn't really place him anywhere else on there, I just placed him on top of the Mutalith's head. I thought it was kind of funny that the entire Elf model can sit on the Mutalith's head, no sweat. So there he is. He's got a rash. During the shooting phase, the bolt thrower that shot him originally shot at him again and was able to put the final 2 wounds through on them. So, yay, my Skull Crushers are now a third effective, or 2/3 effective. So, things are going well. And my Hellstriders get shot off the table. Not a shock. During combat, Psycho Elf, it only gets 2 wounds through. Only 2 through. It's strength 6 because of the lance and everything like that. It's the Twilight Cloak. I don't make either of my regen saves, and he rolls a 5 and a 6 for the amount of wounds. So 6 wounds go through, the Mutalith dies, and I'm so sick of my dice right now. I'm literally contemplating melting them. But you know what? It's also not the dice. I am being outplayed. I'm doing some stupid things because I want to see how my list works, and I'm being punished for it. And I should be. I'm playing kind of stupid, but it is what it is. What can you do? You gotta pay your dues sometimes when making new lists, and unfortunately, the Beast is the one that had to pay at this time. But still love the Beast. He's not coming out of the list, so don't even think it. Don't even say it. I love my Beast. He just gets a bum rap sometimes. So here's bottom of 2 after movement, and there's been a little bit, not much. I'm sorry. After the Beast died in the last turn, my Tzeentch Chariot failed his panic check and fled through the Warriors. He clips the Warriors. The Warriors roll up boxcars in order to flee. So now the Warriors are fleeing. Yeah. So it went from bad to worse. Needless to say, in the bottom of 2, my Warriors rally. However, my Tzeentch Chariot continues to flee. So awesome! Other than that, nothing else really happens. The dogs move up to try to get the cold ones to charge them or whatever. The BSB moves up a little bit. The Skull Crushers come up a little bit in order to do something. And the War Shrine turns to face Psycho Elf because I know it's coming. We all know it's coming. During the magic phase, since I don't really have one anymore, I have the unit champion for the Skull Crushers rolls on the Eye of the Gods chart. I'm able to get that one through, and he gets +1 attack, and I'm like, yay! I hope he gets to attack. So with nothing else happening, we go to bottom of 3, and Psycho Elf charges the War Shrine, the Dreadlord charges the BSB, and that's really about it. I think Something charges my Slanesh chariot, then it flees because it just couldn't take it. I'm not sure if it was the witch elves or the warlocks. I really don't remember, but it flees just enough to get in the way of the warriors, which was outstanding. And everything else just kind of moves up because what has he got to be afraid of at this point? Everything's falling apart. There's Psycho Elf into the War Shrine. And there's his Dreadlord into my BSB. And I'm hoping that my BSB can do something in this one, you know what I mean? Because I need something. I'm dying here. Yeah, well, the Warlocks get the big Doom Bolt off. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it. And he kills 6 warriors. The warriors panic. Panic through the chariot. Luckily, the Slanesh chariot doesn't care, and the Tzeentch chariot's already fleeing, but I'll let you know right now, the Tzeentch chariot doesn't rally, and he runs off the table in a couple of turns, so that's awesome. Then Bitch Puddin gets her spell off with her last 3 dice. Her last 3 dice, she rolls 3 sixes, takes out another warrior, as you can see here, but miscasts 4. So yeah, the big old template gets put over the Warlocks and herself. And I got points! Yes! Bitch Puddin goes to the warp for retrading, and 1 warlock gets eaten by Slanesh. I don't care. I don't care. I feel better about this. So I got points. I'm not getting goose egged. I feel better about this game already. So it just goes to show you, Tzeentch is out there and he's helping us. More shooting, puts another wound onto the unit champion of the Skullcrushers. Not a shock. In combat, the War Shrine fails his 3-up wards and gets 3 wounds put on him. He's able to do nothing back to Psycho Elf because I'm just rolling piss poor. Just piss poor is an understatement, but it is what it is. You know, you got to pay your dues. And although I break from combat and flee, Psycho Elf follows, and just barely I make it away. I think like 2-inch difference between the two of us. So that's something. In this combat over here, my BSB puts 2 wounds through on his Dreadlord and takes 2 wounds. The other Strixer Shard did hurt me a little bit here, but yeah. The BSB, who's usually invincible, finds his kryptonite at the end of a Dreadlord sword. So, bummer. So here's bottom of 3 after movement, and the Warriors rally! The chariot keeps fleeing. Don't even look at him anymore. And yeah, the War Shrine also rallies. So it is what it is. You know? Other than that, the dogs pretty much just stay put, and everything else is dead or fleeing. Magic doesn't really exist anymore, and shooting never existed. So we go into combat, and my PSB takes 1 wound from the Dreadlord, and I roll a 2, and he dies. And again, you've got to pay your dues when rewriting lists, but this one hurts. I hate it when my BSB dies. So we go to top of 4 after movement, and there's been some no real charges of any sort. For the most part, nothing. Psycho Elf goes into the War Shrine, and the Dreadlord also charges the War Shrine just to pretty much finish it off. And everything else just kind of circles around to shoot and magic me. There's War Shrine, really wishing it was anywhere but where it currently is. And there's Orcish Elegance. Yeah, the Warlocks get the big Doom Bolt off and put 3 wounds through on him. So Orcish Elegance is on its way out. And Bolt Throwers fire at my doggies and kill all but 2, and the ensuing panic check sees them flee out of the way of the cold ones. Because, you know what? They're gentleman dogs. The rest of the archers fire at the warriors and put a pounding on them, killing about 9 more? 5 more? Whatever it was. A lot. More than I could afford to lose. In combat, yeah, the Jedi are going to feel this one, man. The War Shrine just explodes. There was nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. It's the way the game's been going. So, really, the War Shrine was way outclassed. A Lord and a hero into him. The hero kitted out to do wounds to multiple wound creatures. It was all over but the crying. So here's bottom of 4 after movement, and as you can see, there's only been a little bit. My Skull Crushers try to charge something and fail, and the Slanesh Chariot, out of desperation, charges the Witch Elves. The Warriors charge as well, but the Warriors would have charged, but it was an illegal charge, so they just kind of sit put. There's the Slanesh Chariot, just going for broke. and he gets broke. He dies. My magic doesn't exist anymore. My shooting doesn't has never existed. So the chariot happens. I do like 2 wounds with impact hits because that's the way my dice are rolling. And of course, he's easily able to slip that last wound through with witch elves, and he rapes my face hole. So yeah, that's what happens there. So here's top of 5 after move. And there's really not been a whole lot. At this point, I think my opponent feels bad for me. Although his cold ones do charge my skull crushers, everything else is just kind of surrounding the warriors to pelt them with magic and shooting because it's fun now. I'm laughing at this point. We're giggling. Yeah, I'm not happy with my use of the skull crushers. That was really stupid of me to sit there like that. And not do anything with them for most of the game. I don't blame the Skull Crushers. I blame myself. And now they're going to pay for it because the cold ones have slammed into them. Magic, these fucking these effing warlocks. Yeah, they push through another big doom bolt and kill 7 of my guys. So yeah. Yeah, my Skull Crushers take 3 more wounds. One of them dies before they can do anything, and the unit champion with 5 attacks flubs. Flubs. I need frickin' 4s to hit. I have 5 frickin' dice to do it, and I flub. And the way I see it is this is Tzeentch punishing me for daring to let Khorne enter my list. So, needless to say, they break, flee, and die. So here's bottom of 5 after movement. My remaining warriors scoot up. There's really nothing else to do. I tried to charge executioners and failed because this whole thing has been fail. And so we go to top of 6, and needless to say, they don't fail. The Dreadlord, the warriors, or the executioners, and the Psycho Elf slam into the remaining warriors, and that's just the way it's going to go. There they are. I'm pretty sure now I've got this. I've lulled him into a false sense of security, and now I'm going to kill all of these units, no problem. He gets Soul Blight off on him because there's nothing I can do about it. And without doing anything to anyone, they are easily able to kill my Exalted Hero and my 3 remaining warriors. And that's what the table looks like when there's nothing but elves left on the table. The only thing that died on the elf side was his Supreme Sorceress and a couple of warlocks, and that was due to miscast on his part. This list and the way I played were definitely disheartening. I was not happy with this list. I was not happy with the way it flowed. I was not happy with the way I played it. I was happy that I got to play a game. I was happy that a handful of elves died. But if I played any worse, I literally would have thrown myself out of a window on at least a 3-story building. At least a 3-story building. Not that I'm suicidal. I just don't like to fail. So you should be punished. And yeah. No, I'm just messing. Relax. But yeah, quick timeout. Banners, banners, banners. Look at the banners. You want the banners, you got to get the banners. Why not have some banners? Because every once in a while when you're paying your dues and you got to get tabled, at least you'll have beautiful banners to look at while you're crying yourself to sleep the next night. The banner guy can hook you up. Send him an email. Check him out on Facebook. Get yourself a banner. No reason not to. There's none. Tokens! Look at those tokens. Get yourself some tokens. Wound counters, status effects, potions, augments, hexes, everything that you need, all the stuff that I can't even think of. Every spell lore, both in the Big Red Book and in your army book. Eye of the Gods chart, Mutilus spells, abomination stuff, whatever. Stupidity, frenzy, can't move, can't fly, can't do whatever. Anything. Send her an email. Tell her what you need. Tell her what you want. Nothing's over $10. Everything is win. Get it. It's worth it. What are you waiting for? So, yeah. After all was said and done, I got tabled. Lord Tremendous got beat down. I haven't been beat up like that since high school. Okay. But yeah, it was rough. And just for the record, I didn't get beat up all that often in high school. Tops 3 times a week. So, no. But yeah, the Dark Elves lost, bitch puddin'. But that was her fault. I had nothing to do with that. Other than that one loss, everything else was alive at the end of the table. I did nothing. Yeah, really didn't like this list. You know what I'm talking about if you played before with a list that just didn't click with you. This one didn't click with me. I'm very iffy with the Skull Crushers. I don't like them. There's nothing wrong with them. They just don't work for me. You know, like the Muth works for me and doesn't work for anyone else. The Skull Crushers work for everybody else and don't work for me. I guess it's keeping, everything. The universe is in balance or whatever. But yeah, I really didn't like the kit outs. I didn't like only having one caster. There was a lot of things in this list I didn't like. So definitely going to take this one back to formula. My opponent did all the damage in this game. Every time I tried to do damage, my dice were like, nope, ones and twos. That's all you're going to roll. So yeah, my opponent did all the damage this game. I didn't kill anything. He killed so much, he took out his sorceress because he was just on a roll. I couldn't get my mind around my new units. Bad brain misfire. With the Skull Crushers, if I played them any worse, I might as well as not deployed them. Letting the Mulet get charged by Psycho Elf was incredibly stupid. The Warriors, the Chariots, and everything like that. Well, I mean, their panic check really threw them off and put them out of position, but the Hellstriders getting messed up. Nothing I did was smart here. This was a very stupid thing to do. And it just goes to show you that the list didn't click right in my head. My strategy is usually a lot more feng shui than this. And it's time to go back to the drawing board, which in itself is a reward. I really do enjoy making new lists. But still had a blast, still got to watch a handful of elves died, still a great opponent, and the rematch will hopefully be different. If not, well, it'll still be a fun game, so who cares? But, yep, that's going to do it for Battle Report number 52. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, or just want to give me a good ribbing for getting tabled, literally, I did nothing this game. How awful is that? But yeah, whatever you want to say, throw it in the comments section. I'm sure I'll get a kick out of it. And if not, well, then you'll just cut me. You'll cut me deep, Shrek. But yeah, guys, thanks.